some mountains at the house. Damn. So, just a second. So if this is a stretch, a northern stretch of Appalachian Mountains group, like, I have to wear my tinfoil hat right now, but that explains why I have seen Skinwalker 2 years ago in here, because the place where I've been 2 years ago, it's like right there. It's like very close. Neighbors. I feel like Appalachian Mountains are definitely one, not like the most, because I don't know about. Oh my god, my face is so oily. So I cannot say that the most, because I don't know much knowledge about the world as I would want to, but it's one of the most mysterious places on earth, because it's not like a coincidence, as everybody is saying about, oh, I've seen this in Appalachian Mountains, oh, these people got disappeared in Appalachian Mountains, oh, I've heard this. Like, everything is about Appalachian Mountains. If you will see, it's like I was laughing on it with my friends, that every time when some shit is happening, it's probably Appalachian Mountains, like wrong turn, etc., etc. It's like Appalachian Mountains. And I want to visit Appalachian Mountains so much, but I probably will be able to do it only with a huge group of friends. Only I want us to be like 10, 12, you know. It is where Skinwalker conspiracies. I don't know if this is an origin of Skinwalker, because I feel like Skinwalker myth is it comes from indigenous people, right? And it comes from indigenous people from the Northern America, like Canada. Indigenous people talk about it, and US. It's not from indigenous people of the South America, if I'm not mistaken. But that's craziest. Craziest. What that word is? Craziest. That's craziest. Home to Mothman and Godman. I love this old movie Mothman with Richard Gere. Was it Richard Gere? If yes, I love that movie. Okay, I got rid of oil a little bit. Phew. Vinny, you will not catch me doing that anymore. You will not catch me doing that anymore, because I thought about saying that, but I resisted the desire, and I'm not going to say that, because I knew that you're going to say that. Okay, so I'm going to have some tea. Mothman Prophecies. Yeah, it is a good movie. I really like it. No, I never been to British Columbia, but I want to visit it one day. Maybe it will be next year. I want to visit all the provinces in Canada, because there are way fewer provinces than states in United States. So I want to visit every, because it's like technically possible, right? Um, but I feel like the next new province that I've never been to will be British Columbia. I want to visit Nunavut. I want to visit Nunavut. I want to visit Nova Scotia too. Um, I've been to New Brunswick. I did not like it. Um, so that's it. Yeah, I was very close when I've been in Alberta, and if my friends just had very limited time, if my friends would have a little bit more time, I would love to visit. I would love to visit British Columbia that time when we were, you know. What there to do? You just eat weird food? What we are talking about? About British Columbia or what? Oh, Nunavut. There is nothing in Nunavut. Exactly. That's the reason. I just want to see like the huge plain of rocks and nothingness. I want to visit that. I want to visit small towns like that consist of like 7 houses. You know, it's like I want there for the vibe. I'm not expecting to see something there, like to have uh, really cool food. I'm just there for the vibe. So, no, I never been to Yellowknife or to Brazil. Oh, I think I might have some. Oh, you know what? I there were some supplies in this Airbnb, and I found this three-in-one milk tea that I'm going to drink. I They had two sachet. I drank already one. Really liked it. I feel this is really horrible thing to consume, but it's really tasty. It says reduced sugar. Well, this is actually during this trip. This is one of the. I don't remember when I put the sugar in my hot drinks. This was the first time since like forever, because I usually have sweets with my coffee or tea. I really like milk and tea and coffee, but I don't put sugar in there. So I'll be having this. What is this? I'll be really having this since like a real long time of not having it. Isn't there some stone sculptures in North Canada? Uh, when I go to like Warsaw Caves side, Kawartha Lake side, there are some indigenous, um, the stones that like people place one upon another, and there are a lot of wooden statues that are carved by indigenous people representing the. I don't have much knowledge about it, but it's like probably the gods, and it. Vini, shut up. It really reminds me of my hometown. Not my hometown, but we also like before Christianity, territory of Ukraine and territory of like a part of Russia, Belarus, we had paganism, so we had very similar wooden uh, things that we had like we were carving gods from wood, like wooden idols. and it really reminds Ukraine. Like I'm not joking. It really reminds Ukraine. So stop smiling. Stop. Yeah, totem poles. It sounds really, really logical that they're called like that. I did not know. So yeah, if you will go to like Northern Ontario, you will see a lot of totem poles of um, with animals or with human faces, which is really, really cool. I love such things. I love everything like connected with the folklore, myths, legends. Um, I studied folklore at university. Like part of the course was folklore. I don't remember a shit what I was learning then, but I was so into it and I got the higher mark. Um, yeah, I was even doing a little research. I was driving across um, my my ex-boyfriend, the toxic one, the abusive one, had a car and he was driving me across the um, villages in my region, and I was collecting folklore songs and different things, and I made this like research. So yeah, I got really high score, like the highest score. So I really, really was into it, but I don't remember a shit, guys. If you will ask me the definition of folklore, I have no idea. How did I manage to really study so nice? And it was the first year of university, so I was like really into studying because I love study a lot. But if you will ask me right now, I have no idea. I will not be able to give you the definition of anything. Okay, so I'm going to have some mm, weird food right now. I have some baguette. Da, 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 da. I do have some roasted chicken. I bought it yesterday. I hope. I wanted to go somewhere yesterday, but I checked local restaurants and I was like, I'm I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to be around people. So I just went to supermarket and I just bought like roasted chicken that I probably will eat all these days. So, but it would be smart to eat chicken, but I will be eating my turkey bologna with some cheese and bread. I don't know what is the definition of folklore. Oh, shut up. I'm not talking with you. What is the folklore? Lore that folk know. This is so hilarious. Damn. This is the folk that this is the lore that folks know. This is so interesting. Someone mentioned the tarot cards. This is so interesting because I really love mysticism. I love having, like, hearing different horror stories, watching horror movies, learning about myths, legends of indigenous people, of not indigenous people. I just love this. Like, I love this mysticism, but I really do not like the tarot cards. It's not like I do not like it, but I just it's it's not like astrology is not interesting to me. Probably because it's like the stars and the signs and the prophecies based on tarot cards, and I'm just like, I don't know why there is no vibe for me in there. But I know that in Ukraine, I feel like there are so many girls who are into the tarot card reading, and a lot, like we have the whole culture of little prophecy women that can tell your future future tellers. So we have the whole culture of it, and I find it fascinating. And it's usually older women who have some abilities to see your future and to tell it. And I find it really cool. Maybe one day I will film a horror movie about it. It will be vibing, I promise, if I ever get to do that. But when it comes to real tarot card, I'm like, that. I know why I don't like it. I know why I don't like it. Probably because it was too mainstream. Because everybody is doing it. It's not like exotic anymore. It's like what everybody is doing. And maybe that's why I just consider it as something non-mystical. I don't know. So how do you call the glass pushing on the board? Do you like that one? What do you mean? Oh, the tea and coffee reading too, super popular. At least it was super popular because I don't live in Ukraine anymore. I've been like living in Canada for like many years already. I can say that. And when I was even when I was in Ukraine, I didn't contact with people a lot. I contacted with my best friend, which is a very skeptical person. I swear, if she would really see flying chairs in her apartment, she would not be impressed. She was the most boring. She never watched a horror movie with me. So yeah, she's like super, super skeptical. So it's like not that I had a lot of, um, you know, I haven't seen a lot of people who would be into the tarot cards. I just knew that it's super popular. It was all over social media. Everyone was offering their services. I can read your future, like using tarot cards and coffee and tea reading. Um, and it's like this culture of like older ladies, older women telling the future, and like when they can make some my god, how do you call like this when in Harry Potter they like wave a wand like Avada Kedavra, how do you call it, like spell, so they can make a spell, but it's like it's not an accurate word, but let's call it like that. They can make a spell and they can make an alcoholic stop drinking. They can make you stop fearing things. So all these like little things, really, really interesting. It's like, again, I'm not judging. I find it fascinating because it's a part of a culture. I just don't believe in tarot cards for myself personally. But it is so funny because my mom had a prophecy that said that I will be very successful and rich, and I will look my best when I will be around 30 years old. And it became true. I never looked that good as I am looking right now because I got the money, I got the time, I can do a lot of things for myself. And I've never been like that financially stable as I am right now. So it's technically, self-sufficient prophecy, how do you call it? But the clan mothers of the Cree nation, I am Cree. I missed something. The clan mothers of the. We are talking about prophecies, so they're connected with the prophecies. Hello, everyone who is new. Hello, hello. It's a glass you push over letters and you talk to ghosts. That's the best I can describe it. Oh, the Ouija board? The Ouija board with this board and there's the glass inside? Or what do you mean? Yeah, my friend would be like not impressed at all. She would not give a fuck. She really was at some point she was living in a really, really creepy apartment. It is a really cool story, honestly, and I really am I'm a little bit mad at her that she did not appreciate this amazing vibe that she was living in because the apartment that she was renting, it was old. It belonged to a very, very old woman who once left and never came back. She just wandered away at a very, very old age. She was like 90-ish. Uh, the phone in her apartment was disconnected because she didn't need it, she didn't pay for it, but it rang sometimes at night. And every time when I came to feed her cat, I swear I could not unlock her apartment for so long. She was able to unlock it like immediately. And like you can tell, oh, but she knew nuances how to open the lock. Maybe the lock was old. It's true, it might be it. It's very vague, right? But it felt like something is not willing to let me inside of the apartment. And uh, she had a very weird vibe inside. Like even when I was visiting her, I felt like a little bit uneasy. And when I was there alone, it was very creepy. Like the second, Soviet Union apartments, they are very small. She had two rooms. Literally, she had like a bedroom, a living room, and a small kitchen, very small toilets, very small shower, and like a little like corridor that goes like that. And every time when I was just turning my back towards the entrance and was trying to go outside, I felt like something staring at me at my back. So it was so many things that were happening in her apartment. She was living with one more of my friends, and one of my friends was she was like a very hardworking girl. She was working like non-stop. She was working like from home, and she once fell asleep at the couch, and like she was in the bedroom. She opens the eyes, and she sees a stranger man in the apartment, like a little bit like older stranger man staring at her, and she's like, oh. And he just looks at her and just leaves. So there were so many things that were happening in that apartment, you know what I mean? But my friend, she would be like not impressed at all. What? Poltergeist? What? A ghost? I don't give a fuck. I'm busy. Like, and she was just, yeah. That was a really cool thing about her. Like, she was so unimpressed that I was mad at her because she's not sharing my passions, right? But it was so cool on her to be like so unimpressed by things. Yeah, so something like that. Clan mothers are held in high spiritual regard in Canada. They're not witches, they're guides. Actually, this is how I see uh, like this spirituality, let's say about indigenous people. It's not like a witches, in coney hats and stuff like that. It's really very interesting worldview, a very big set of folklore, beliefs, legends, and really like a worldview. I find it fascinating. Their guides. Yeah, that's cool. I like this explanation. Thank you very much for telling me this. I have turkey bologna like that. Phew. I don't know about indigenous people in Canada, but I've heard some stories about shamans in indigenous people um, groups on the territory of Russia, like Mongolian, as I already mentioned, and people who live more north. So it's like indigenous people like from Yakutia, and there are some nationalities that live there, like kind of very small nationalities, and I really, really love the folklore from those places, like shamans. Yeah, I really love that. Especially, like when it is so north, it's so far away that it's like it sounds so alluring and mystical. Yeah, I would love to learn about spirituality from many groups of people. I'm very into it. I think that it's fascinating how people have so many unique ways to connect with. Some people call it God, some people have more spiritual ways, some people have very sophisticated ways of beliefs. Like, it is actually so wild how in the Eastern tradition, like in the religions like Taoism or like Buddhism, those sometimes there are such a complex systems of beliefs. Like, I cannot comprehend how people created it like 10,000 years ago. That's just so crazy. So yeah, I think that I have really big interest in that. I have like a piece of Swiss cheese. I cut it like that. And right now I'm going to have some snack time. Yeah, human history is so fascinating.